Bitcoin is crashing. Sell now. It's dropping like a rock. Get out! Emergency! Liquidate everything!
No, it's all crashing. Sell everything now.
Marcus Sterling's eyes reflect ultimate Stoic authority, Bitcoin market mastery achieved through ancient wisdom.